Good morning, children. Let us continue with the lesson Separation of Substances. Before we learn about the other methods of separation, let us recollect what we have learned in the previous session. Mixture. Combination of more than one substance forms a mixture. Various methods of separating mixtures are hand picking, used to separate when sizes are sufficiently large. Winnowing, used to separate grains from husk. Sieving, used to separate larger and smaller substances in a mixture. Sedimentation, decantation, and filtration, used to separate insoluble impurities. The next method of separating the substances is crystallization. Crystallization is the process used to separate a soluble substance from water. Salt and sugar completely dissolve in water. They cannot be separated from water even by filtration because the particles of salt and sugar are smaller than the pores of filter paper and they easily pass through these holes. Crystallization is used to obtain crystals of these soluble impurities. Let us now learn the process of crystallization. Take a beaker half filled with water. Add 5 to 6 tablespoons of sugar to it and stir well. The sugar completely dissolves in water. Now heat this water over a flame. When the water is heated, it starts evaporating. After some time, it is observed that all the water gets evaporated and crystals of sugar are left behind. This process of separating dissolved solid from water and obtaining crystals is called crystallization. Salt is obtained from seawater by the process of crystallization. Water is generally evaporated in sunlight. We use this property while extracting salt from seawater. Seawater is collected and is exposed to air and sunlight. Then water evaporates and salt is left behind. This salt is then collected by us and used. Do you know what is distilled water, children? Before administering injections to patients, doctors mix injection powder with some liquid. This water is known as distilled water. Distilled water is a type of purified water which is free from impurities. Doctors use this distilled water to mix injection powder in it. Now let us understand the process of obtaining distilled water from plain water. The apparatus required for this experiment are two conical flasks, two cocks with a hole, two glass tubes, a plastic tube and a gas burner. The procedure to be followed is fill a conical flask with water, close it with a cork having a hole. Insert a glass tube through the hole. Take another conical flask with a cork having a hole and insert another glass tube through it. Connect both the glass tubes with a plastic tube. Now heat the flask containing water using a burner. After some time, water gets converted to water vapor. This water goes into the second conical flask through the tubes. The water vapor will slowly turn into water. The water in second conical flask is distilled water. It is free from impurities. As we can see in this experiment, the arrangement of distillation is done. Here the water is getting heated. This water converts into water vapor and is transferred to another conical flask through a glass tube. The water collected in the conical flask is distilled water. Your homework is to mention the methods to separate the following mixtures. That is stones from rice, worms from flour, husk from grain, mud from water, salt from water. Mention the methods that are used to separate the above mixtures. Refer the previous week's videos too for answering this. That's all for today. Thank you.